Hello everyone and welcome to Backcountry Gear Shed. In this video we'll be taking a look at the Helikon-Tex Essential Kit Bag from their Bushcraft line. I'm going to be outfitting this with my most minimal survival kit yet. This pack only really has 2 pockets, one on each side, and they're not terribly large, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge to fit all the items in here that I think are essential for a survival kit, but I'm going to be giving that my best effort here. Here's the bag now that I've got it unpackaged. It feels very durable. Here's something I hadn't noticed before that does have some MOLLE webbing on the inside here. I'm not sure how I'd use that, but it is there. Side pocket, little admin pouch. See if we have that same configuration on the other side. Yeah, looks to be basically the same on the other side. Side pocket, admin pouch. That's nice. We have a little mesh pocket up here in the top as well, and a pocket in the back. Actually has more pockets for organization than I expected. And here's where I'll be fitting a 32-ounce Nalgene water bottle. Here's the gear I intend to include in the kit. This might be a little ambitious because the kit is very small. There's not a lot of room for storage, so we'll see how all this fits in. If there does happen to be room for more than this, I have some ideas on what I will add there. I would probably add an additional thermal blanket, but I might be hard-pressed just to fit these items in there. What you see here is a contractor bag, a very minimal first aid kit I put together with sting relief pads, antiseptic wipes, alcohol wipes, a couple of different types of band-aids, but a very minimal boo-boo kit. A Fox 40 classic whistle. This was something recommended from a viewer of a previous video. They seem great. I already have another one of these I've unpackaged, and they're very nice, made in Canada. It was a good recommendation, so I appreciate that. This is Atwood rope manufacturing microcord. If you're not familiar with Atwood rope, they're an American rope manufacturer and one that I trust. I've bought a bunch of rope and paracord from them. Would highly recommend them. And this is, as I said, microcord, 3/64 inch. I won't be including this whole spool. I'll make some little hanks of it. And I also have 2 hanks of number 36 bank line, Aquatabs for water purification, a Victorinox. This is the Ranger Grip 57, I believe. Yes, the Ranger Grip 57. This was a recommendation from a viewer. Looks very good. Haven't got it out of the package yet, but I look forward to checking it out. Thermal blanket, as I mentioned. Signal mirror. This is the Suunto Clipper compass. Pretty excited about that. It's a very small compass, about as big as what you see there. But I trust the Suunto brand, and I don't trust all these button compasses. In general, I would be very leery of button compasses. I've seen a lot of them fail, and that's the last thing you want when you get to the point where you need one, to have it not functional. So I'm glad to have this Suunto compass that I feel I can trust. They're a quality compass manufacturer. These items are interesting. These are fire making accessories for a Swiss Army knife. These spiral shaped tinders and these ferro rods. The tinders can go over this ferro rod and thread into the corkscrew of a Swiss Army knife. And actually other multi-tools with a corkscrew as well, from what I've heard. I'm not sure specifically which those fit, but apparently it's a fairly common corkscrew thread pitch, so these will fit other knives too, just besides just the Swiss Army knife. So in addition to that, I have some tinders, and this is a Firefly ferro rod. This is designed to fit inside the toothpick slot on a Swiss Army knife. Now, a lot of people will tell you the toothpick is worthless on the Swiss Army knife. I actually like my toothpick on the Swiss Army knife, so I'm a little sad to give that up, but this is much more important than the toothpick. So. Then we have 2 BIC lighters, one with a couple feet of Gorilla Tape wrapped around it. These are little mini ferro rods. These are 5/32 3-inch ferro rods. I'll just be including one of these in the kit probably, but they're very small. I'll unpackage these and give you a better look in a moment. A P4X, Prepared4X emergency poncho. These are thermal insulated ponchos. They're nothing fancy. They're not as durable, obviously, as like a military poncho, but in a pinch, they'll keep the rain off you, and the thermal liner will help keep you warm. So these are pretty good in my opinion. I'm including a Stayin' Alive bandana for signaling purposes and other cloth bandana purposes as well. 2 8-hour tea light candles. This is a black diamond headlamp. It's a pretty good headlamp. This one, it has like a fade control on it. You can fade it down to a very dim light. I like it pretty well. I'm a big fan of Princeton Tech headlamps, and so I usually use those, but this is one I had around, so I threw it in here for the kit, and it's pretty good too. Taking a quick look at the Ranger Grip 57. This will be my first time getting this out of the box. I've never had a larger Swiss Army knife. Mine are all of the, I believe it's 93mm size. This is definitely much larger than I'm used to. Something I really liked about this when I learned about it was the one-handed opening. Oh, that is nice. One-handed opening on a Swiss Army knife. I'm really late to the game here. I know these have been around for a while, but for me that's a new thing, and it's very nice. I'm actually not sure how you're supposed to operate this liner lock. Oh, of course. Very nice. Feels very solid. The lockup is very good. Nice and sharp. I also really liked that this one came with the saw, and being in this larger size, it gives you a little bit longer of a saw blade to work with. The saws on Swiss Army knives are very good in my experience, but they are a bit on the short side. This one is too, but it does give you a little bit of extra length. This one also has hook-shaped blade, which I imagine will be very good for gutting an animal. This is a hunter model. Can opener, bottle opener, corkscrew, and this must be the awl. Yep, got the awl. So, there it is, the Ranger Grip 57 from Victorinox. So I was able to fit all of that gear in the pack, just barely. It is very full. There's no room for anything else in this pack, really, I would say. Maybe some very small items can be slid in. There's this small pocket in the front here, which is actually where I'm going to store the Ranger Grip 57. But there's also some pen slots in there. So very small items or pens can be stored in there, and maybe some other small items can be put in this admin pouch on the top. I placed the Suunto compass in there just for safekeeping. This is a clip compass, but I was worried about the chance of this falling off. If I just clipped it on a strap or something, I would hate to need this and have it be missing. Don't want to lose it. So I'm just going to keep it in here unless I'm actually using it. .32-ounce stainless steel Nalgene bottle. I wanted to include this in the pack because it can be used for boiling water. It does weigh more, about twice as much as a plastic Nalgene bottle, so you'll have to decide for yourself if that's worth the weight for you. And for myself, I think it is. I would carry that weight for the benefit of being able to boil water in this or prepare food in it if needed. It's just a worthwhile item to carry for me. I put the contractor bag in this pocket in the back. Really had to kind of cram everything in here. You can see where I got the headlamp to fit in there. The thermal poncho. Two hanks of bank line. I put one of the lighters and the 2 candles in this Ziploc bag just to keep everything dry, keep the candles from making a mess in the pack. I also added 2 30-foot hanks of the Atwood rope microcord. And that's all for that pocket. Emergency whistle, BIC lighter, Stayin Alive bandana, signal mirror. This mirror also has a compass, but I don't have a lot of faith in this compass. It's better than nothing. Nice to have, I guess, if the other one were to get lost. Thermal blanket. The first aid kit. In previous videos I've done, I've used plastic containers for these kits, but I've really not been very happy with the amount of space they take up, so I'm still kind of searching for the best solution for what to hold these first aid kits in. For now, I'm just going back to a Ziploc bag. It'll at least keep everything dry and in one place. And Aquatabs for water purification. These are those 5/32 by 3-inch ferro rods. These feel pretty nice. They're very lightweight. They weigh almost nothing, so I thought I'd include 2 of them in the pack. One thing that was disappointing, the Fire Ant ferro rod, it turns out, really doesn't fit the Ranger Grip 57 very well. This is a larger corkscrew. I didn't know that, but it's larger than the standard size. And this is a very specific thread pitch, so that fits properly, but it really doesn't thread in properly into this larger one. I could make it fit. Yeah, it's not too good. And another disappointment was just around the Helix tinder itself. It kind of started falling apart on me, like right out of the package as I threaded it into the corkscrew. So far I'm not super impressed with these Helix tinders, and I'm going to have to go with a different approach for tinder, I think, in this pack. I do have some duct tape wrapped around this lighter, and that does make a good tinder in an emergency, good fire starter. I could use a Swiss Army knife Huntsman in this kit with the right size corkscrew for the Helix tinder and the Fire Ant ferro rod, but like I said, I'm pretty excited about the larger size of the Ranger Grip 57. So I'm probably going to stick with this one, at least for this kit, and just forego the Fire Ant ferro rod and tinder. Here's the pack with all that gear loaded back into it. It fits fairly well. I mean, other than the fact that it's completely full. I'm sure some viewers will not be pleased to see that, since I've received feedback in the past that my packs were too full and needed a little bit of room for additional gear along the way, but that's really not the intent with this one. This, as I said in the beginning, is my most minimal pack to date, and the idea being just this will be something very easy to carry that would have all the absolute essential necessities for survival. And I think it's met the challenge pretty well. Showing some of the detail of the straps on this pack. It's really nice. I really like this Helikon-Tex Essential Kit Bag. Helikon-Tex makes some really nice bags. I wish they were made in Poland. This is a Polish company. I was excited when I learned that. And then I got my first Helikon-Tex bag and saw it made in Vietnam, which is it's par for the course. I mean, here in the US we have 511. It's a popular manufacturer of tactical bags, and I have a lot of 511 gear, but it's the same thing. It's an American company made in Vietnam for the most part, probably other places too, but nothing's made in USA from 511 that I've seen anyway, which is really disappointing. I mean, they make a lot of patriotic themed gear. They make it overseas. That's just the way of the world these days, I guess, but I hate to see it. But Anyway, a little off topic. This pack weighs in at just over 3.5 pounds. That's with an empty water bottle. With a full water bottle, that would add just over 2 pounds. So we'd be looking at under 6 pounds total for the pack loaded out, as you see, with the full water bottle, which is not terrible for all this pack has to offer in a survival situation. I think that's a pretty reasonable weight. Pretty happy with the outcome. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoy this type of content, I'd greatly appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.